Yeah, it was the Mother's Day. We had about a 4-hour blowout on Mother's Day 2019. 20. 2020. God, some of the vile, like, hatred I spewed at you that just had nothing to do with what we were even arguing about. That was the tipping point for me where it was like, I need help with this. I'm a smart, rational person that is making very irrational choices in my relationship. And so, yeah, I was just ready to break that pattern.
I would say that day, and there were others that were just like, how are we here again? Like, and why? Why does this keep happening? And, like, we had, in 2013, we'd started going to counseling that we'd been to together and then been to separate. So, like, it wasn't for, like, lack of, we had
gone to an intimacy coach for some time.
Oh, yeah, we had done that before, too. So it was just like, how, after all that, are we here again?
We joke now, so one of the trainings, he suggested having like a code word or a phrase that you can say early on as you sense the argument getting down that path. And we noted ours just always came back to, I work hard for this family. Like, anything she got angry about or did wrong, my argument would be that I work really hard, so whatever you're saying is nonsense. You know, she'd be complaining that I didn't pick a kid up when I said I was, and I'd say, well, I work hard for that, and we'd kind of giggle at it, you know.
I feel like now at least we both have the, like, knowledge of two things can be true, and if not two things, more than two things. Like, I can still love you and know you work hard, but also be frustrated with you if you're late picking up a kid.
Yeah.
And I mean, we still argue. Like, we argued before we came here. We're on this little trip before we came here. We argued Friday, but the arguments are, like, I would say they're shorter, they're more efficient. Like,
they're actually about what we're arguing about.
Right? Yeah, there's not as much, like,
a novel concept. I would be so proud of myself. Like, we would never argue because of me, right? I'd be like, I can hear myself saying it. Like, the arguments always start because of something you're unhappy about. Mm-hmm. And I just didn't grasp the stuff I was constantly swallowing and the resentment that was just frickin' obvious, even though I wasn't saying anything, how much that was contributing to our rifts. And then not to mention the 3 massive blow-ups a year because I never got any of it out along the way. That's a massive pattern we've shifted as well.
I mean, our intimacy after that, like, a lot more attention paid to me, and not like I have a, like, you know, egotistical husband, but it's a patriarchal world, and men are taught that their needs come first, and so why wouldn't he think that? And I'm painting a picture that maybe is not accurate, but anyway, that was much better. I would say the biggest surprise to go off that is, like, just the intention with which we're approaching our relationship and our family. Like, we have gone on a weekly date night since October of 21. We have become a ski family, and we've skied like 20 times over the past 2 winters, which is hard with 3
with a 4 and 5-year-old. Yeah.
little kids who are skiing with the hula hoop. So just like the intention and the follow through is big. One surprise, I've been like writing and leading family meetings for our family every week since like 2016, and I think it was the year of 2021. He's like, I want to lead them. So he came up with the content every week and would lead them. And I mean, that was a big thing because I also thought that he hated that and it was something he just did because he knew I wanted to do it. But like that you not only did it and participated, but you led it was like, wow, that was a surprise.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that one.
Yeah, I did. We're nothing if not genuine and real. Like we probably overshare with our friends because we just don't want people to feel alone in their struggles. So like we want to say we still fight, but like I said, the fights are just more like productive. You're listening a lot more and validating. That was one thing that kind of went in line with like the defensiveness. Like so now we have a life where he's validating me more. In turn, I'm validating him more. We are validating our kids' feelings more because we have 3 boys, and I don't want them to have a need for powerful men when they're older, you know?
We just share everything from day one. There's no stigma, and that just is comfortable from day one.
He would just come off some of the calls and be like, oh, so we are not unique at all. Like, this is pretty much everybody, right? It's just really, like, comforting to have people be so real and just genuine. That is a value that we hold, and so just the feeling of not being alone. I mean, I feel like I look at it, I feel like TPM is what females just do organically, but it's like you need to seek out a group like this right now in these times to be able to talk like this freely and openly. And it makes me sad for males. Like, it just seems I would be so lonely. Sometimes I wonder if, especially with the powerful man, if that name is a little bit of a turnoff for women. But what I would say is, if they were interested in TPM specifically, it's not like powerful as in like macho. It's powerful as in like I find my power within, and I don't need to take other people down, or I don't need to like depend on you and like lean on you as much as like I have my own power, and just like I have other people to go to. I would describe it to a girlfriend as like it's a support network. It's gonna hold him accountable. Like, he's not gonna be let off the hook for like, you know, like other guys are gonna point stuff out when they see it. They're gonna call out his BS. Most of my girlfriends are like, how much does TPM cost again? Do you think my husband could, you know? And so, I mean, more people I explain it to, they want their husband or their partner to do it. You guys have definitely been in my gratitude journal more than once, for sure. We would have a very different family and relationship if it weren't for TPM. We all feel it, every single one of us.